my friends, how are you? It's Monday, it is go time. You know what? I hesitated quite a bit to do this video today because there is so much going on in the world. Right now, there's a whole lot of sadness and there's a whole lot of complaining. There's a whole lot of criticizing. And I hesitated because of the criticism. Because I know some people are going to say, why does she think she is? I mean, she's happy. She's telling us to be happy, but there's so much sadness around the world. And you know what? I had to stop myself and say, who cares? Who cares what people say? I had to remind myself that because we cannot let ourselves be influenced by what's going on. What we can do is be inspired to be that change that we want to see in the world. There is so much going on. Yes. And there's a lot of things that we want to be different. Yes. But we have no control. We have no control on the political arena. We have no control in the sports arena. We have no control over what's happening environmentally. It is Mother Nature. And please stop saying that it's punishing us. It is life. It is life. But we cannot be influenced by the discouragement of others, by the fear of others, by the disappointment of others. It is our life. It is our life. We can change our world. We can be that change that we want to see in the world. And I'm not being naive. I mean, I have eyes. I can't see. I see what's going on. But instead of complaining, see what you can do in your world to change it and create that ripple effect that would inspire and motivate others to do change, to do good, to establish a conversation rather than fighting. Understand other people's point of view. Life is not perfect. I know it's not perfect. It's far from perfect. But we want to make it better. We need to make it better. But it starts in our own backyard. It starts with our own life. It starts with our own emotions and how we react towards those things and those people that come at us. And those emotions that we absorb and say, wait a minute, am I really feeling this? Why am I feeling this? Everything starts with us. And we need to question our own thoughts and understand where they're coming from. If you feel jealousy, if you feel disappointment, if you feel discouragement, if you feel fear, look in the mirror and understand why you're feeling that way. Look in the mirror because generally it starts with us. We have to we don't have to self-criticize in a negative way, but understand why we have those emotions. Remember that everything starts with a thought. And we process it. And then we feel. Why do we feel this way? What have I done to create this? If someone is making us feel uneasy, if we feel someone is controlling us, we allowed it to happen. If someone doesn't want to talk to us, why is that? Analyze that. Why? Why have I done? Look always in the mirror. Nothing is perfect. Life is not perfect. I learned this from a very early age. Now, that didn't prevent me to make mistakes and to do things that brought me lessons in life. Whether because I looked for them or because they just came to me. But there was a book. I mean, personal development has been my constant since I was a teenager. It has been my constant, and I'm a personal development junkie. It comes naturally. I love to always learn something, to transform, to evolve. And so it all started when I was 16 years old. My dad gifted me, and many of us already have heard this story, but it started with my dad giving me the book, The Power of Positive Thinking by Mr. Vincent Peale. And there were two things that I took away from that book. One, knock the T out of can't. So in life, to have read that book at a very early age, there was nothing in my mind that I thought I couldn't do. Because every time I thought of fear, and every time I thought of, maybe not, maybe I shouldn't do this because I don't think I can, knock the T out of can. And the second lesson that I took away from that book was a story that Mr. Peale shared about a friend that always complained and always criticized about his life, his wife, his kids, his job. And he said, I'm going to take you to a place where there's no trouble. And he took him to a cemetery. So from a very early age, I understood that as long as you breathe, as long as you live, there's always going to be challenges in life. And it depends on you, on how you react, how you learn from them, and you can evolve from them. As long as you breathe, there's always things that are going to be shifting in your life that is going to make you grow and evolve. It's up to you to quit. It's up to you to feel sorry for yourself. It's up to you to give up. And it always happens when someone tells me no, it's like a huge yes. It's like telling me, no, you can't do that. And I always respond, just watch me. Just watch me, because it's like someone put a firecracker on my feet and I just go. So the more I'm challenged, the more determined I feel to do what I need to do. And it's not because my life is perfect. My life is far from perfect. If you tell me, oh, it's because, no. No. I've been blessed with tons of challenges. I was divorced at a very early age. I've been through a very rough relationship where it destroyed my self-esteem at one point in time, and I had to come out and put the pieces back together one by one. In corporate, I was let go 5 times, and that can do a number on your self-esteem. That can do a number on your self-worth, because every time you're let go, regardless if it is a layoff, it tells you subconsciously you're not worth it, you're doing something wrong. So I had to fight through that, because every time I would cry my eyes out and say, what is wrong with me? Until I understood, listen, Diana, you have no control over companies going out of business, closing the doors, going out of state, going out of the country, losing contracts. September 11th. Yes, I was in the aviation industry for 20 years. Laid off 5 times. And every time I cried, but every time I got up and say, I'm going to do it again. And every time I would get a better job, a better paying job. Now, that didn't stop me to get laid off again, but I understood that it all depended on how I took it. And then one very good friend and colleague who I admired and loved very much. She once told me, when we heard that a mutual friend had been laid off, and I run to her office and say, such and such got laid off, and she said, yep, there's no crying in aviation. We're tough cookies. And I sat on her chair in her office, and I couldn't say a word, because it was a flashback of all the things that had happened in my 20-year career, and say, yep, there's no crying in aviation. And I'm a tough cookie. I've learned. And so when it was my turn to be laid off, probably 3 months later, I got out of that place with a big smile on my face, and I kissed the CEO and told him thank you. Because I knew I wasn't going back. Because I knew that I was going to do everything possible within my power, within my will, to make it happen on my own. To be the driver, to be the captain of my future. Because I wasn't going back. I wasn't going to question myself again. I could go on and on and on and on of all the things that I had to go through life. And probably some will make you cry. And probably I will cry again with you. It is up to us to learn from the lessons, to learn from the challenges and the struggles with faith, with decisiveness. Not because we don't feel fear, but because we are courageous and because we can. Because again, if we think we can, we can. Because as long as we breathe, as long as we are alive, we have all the possibilities in the world to make a better world. And it starts with us. It does not matter what is against us. It's how we face it. Despite of our fears, despite of our hesitation, despite of our doubt. Question your emotions. Look in the mirror and say, why am I feeling this way? What have I done? Or what have I allowed to happen? "2016 was the greatest year of personal development for me. And I discovered a lot when it concluded in 2017. In 2016, I gave myself away. I gave my power away. I made that realization when 2016 ended. And you know why? Because I had realized one time in my kitchen that I was almost hyperventilating. I was suffocating because I was giving out my power. I had given away my motivation. I had lost it. And I had to shut everything down around me and regain that power, regain that motivation that would come within me to be inspired, to take action, and build something better and bigger than before. Yes, sometimes you're going to have to take a stand. And sometimes you're going to have to make hard decisions that people will not understand because they don't understand your journey. Keep on. You're not here to explain yourself every time. You're here to question your emotions and make sure they're coming from a place of love. But you don't have to explain yourself every time. Be happy. Be joyful. Be you. Be unapologetically bold once and for all. And live your life the way you want to. Be the change that you want to see in the world. At the beginning of this year, I took my tape off my mouth and I was sick and tired of the political arena, what was going on. So I said, you know what? I gotta do something about it. I gotta become the captain precinct. And I became the captain precinct of my community. Do something. Do something. You do something. Instead of complaining and condemning everything around you, do something. Physically. Get involved. Do something about it. In a positive way, do something to influence change, to inspire change, to instill in others the desire to change and to be that better person that we all want to be. We have that power. Yes, we can. Start this Monday with the certainty that you're capable, that you're courageous. And if you feel fear, go through it anyway and do that thing that scares you the most. Be that change. Be the change. Have an amazing day. Go change the world. Have fun. Smile. Be joyful. Have an awesome day. God bless.